Hello and welcome to another episode of Road and Race. It's been about a year since I built my new car garage, and so I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on how things are going. So generally, whilst I'm very pleased with how things have worked out, there are a few things that if I could do them differently, I probably would. So let's start with number one, the garage door. Whilst I'm generally very happy with the Horman door, it feels very well built and it works well, and the remote control works really great from a long distance. It's a roller door because it's having to save space. It all fits up in there, and because it has to all fit up in there, there's very little insulation in the door. Now, I've worked in this garage in the winter, and it does get quite cold. If it's say 1 or 2 degrees outside, it's probably about 5 degrees inside here. I have insulated, the ceiling and the walls, but it's the door where most of the heat is being lost. Using like a standard, 2 kilowatt style heater gets the room up to a fairly toasty 10 degrees within about an hour. So it's not the end of the world, but I did have the option of having a sliding door, which would go all the way around here, which would be insulated. And if I could do it again, I probably would go for that option. A little bit more expensive, and it takes up some space around here, so I couldn't store all this stuff here potentially. But I think, I would have gone for that. So number 2 is the worktop. I just got a very cheap worktop from IKEA. It's just a laminated worktop, and as you can see, it's not really holding up very well to kind of the rigours of having tools and car parts on it. It's getting fairly scratched up already. Always intended to put some kind of corrugated stainless steel or something on here. I just haven't got round to it yet, but I think probably that's going to be the next thing I will do. And also in regards to the wall, my lovely painted plasterboard, as many of you predicted, has started to get quite dirty because of just splashes when I'm painting things. So I think I need some kind of splashback along here just to keep things looking fairly neat. Maybe just some plastic or something like that, just to protect the wall a bit. Onto the floor. So this is just concrete with an epoxy coating on it. It's good because it helps you mop up spills and things like that, and keeps the floor less dirty than it would normally be. It has no thermal properties though, so it's a little bit cold. It's usually about 10 degrees constantly, so in the winter you do feel a bit of a chill rise up from the floor. When I was building the garage, I did have the option of going for a kind of screed, which would give it some kind of insulation. It was working out quite expensive, added complexity. I'd have to get a third party in to do it. It was all just a bit complicated, and there's a lot going on at once, so I thought, well, I'll see how well it's going. It's not the end of the world, but maybe I'll look at putting some rubber plastic tiles down or something like that, just to keep the temperature a bit more constant in here. Now, even though I've got quite a lot of storage, got all the drawers and whatnot here underneath the workbench and the big tool cupboard back there, and I've also got everything up there on the mezzanine, I still don't have enough storage. So what I'm thinking is maybe over here on this back wall here, I will put a number of kind of wall mounted cabinets, which will give me a bit more storage. It'll be quite high up, so I'll bang my head on it, so I have to access it with a little step ladder, but it'll be stuff that I don't access that much, so should be okay. Lastly, let's venture outside. So this is the turning circle I have. So I reverse my car out of here all the way back, and then I get to here, and then I drive off, and inevitably every single time I move off I clip the bit of grass here, which I'm trying to regrow. Well, long story, but when the driveway was dug up, the earth was removed. Anyway, I always clip the grass here, so what I think would have been a good idea was just to put a little curve on there, nice little gentle curve, and then I wouldn't always be clipping the round. So just one of those things you really never think about till you use it in practice. Again, not the end of the world, and most of the time I do miss it, but if I just put a little curve in here, it would make life a lot easier. So that's it. Hope you agree. No major problems really. Just a few kind of niggles that in hindsight would have been nice to have done differently. Generally though, I really enjoy the space and I enjoy working in my garage. So I think it kind of all worked out well in the end. If you have any questions about the garage or anything about the channel really, please leave it in the comments. If you've liked the video, please hit likes. It really does help, you know, the old algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.